Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is 10 to 10 in the morning. Auntie is talking to my mom on the phone. So, I thought I would take this moment to come downstairs and do my Etsy listing and my video for today. Let's get right to it. Today's item is a purse pouch slash makeup case slash clutch, whatever you want to do with it. It is a vintage Danier leather piece, and I just love it. I love the two colors, the black and the red. You know how I feel about a tassel. There you go. And that's quite a substantial tassel for a zipper pull. And then it's got a beautiful wipeable blue nylon lining. There's your branding, Danier. They don't do, as far as I know, and don't take this for gospel, but just from my last trip into a Danier store, they don't do these little leather goods anymore. It's no longer Danier leather. It's just Danier. 2016, they were bankrupt and were taken over fairly quickly in the spring. They went out of business, and in the summer, like towards the end of the summer, they were rebranded as just Danier. And they do still sell a few leather items, but they have like merino wool coats and capes and shawls and all that kind of thing. Not a lot of leather goods anymore. And the quality, in my opinion, is shockingly bad. It really is. So I love it when I can come across these beautiful vintage. And I mean, by vintage, I'm going to say this is probably early 2000s. It's nothing too crazy vintage. But I just love Danier. Danier is a little bit guilty of duping a lot of silhouettes of other kind of higher end luxe brands. But this is just a simple little leather pouch, nice little base on it. And it's a good size too. So when you go and check out the listing in my Etsy shop, the measurements will be there. So that is it for today. So, did my workout this morning. I really I lay in bed for like an hour and a half yesterday morning trying to talk myself into doing my workout because I do an upper body, lower body. So Monday, Tuesday, upper body, lower body. Wednesday's kind of and then Thursday, Friday, upper body, lower body. So yesterday I just did a treadmill and I did my planks. I'm still only at 45 seconds and I'm still only doing 2, whereas historically I have done 3. But you know what? It's better than nothing. Having a really hard time trying to get back into my eating regime. I was wonderful in the Dominican just because the food wasn't that great, to be honest. But I ate like a monster when I got back and I did not care. There was a lot of Christmas chocolate in my larder and let's just say there's not that much of it there anymore. And I'm having a really hard time getting back to my usual routine. So I am really looking forward to having my little breakfast round. Got a cold sore. I don't know why I've got a cold sore, but I must be stressed about something. I don't really think I am. I miss my house. Finances are starting to get a little prickly. Just because I'm used to having a few bucks in my bank and now not so much. But I did get some notifications from Revenue Canada. My mom was freaking out because I had like 4 or 5 envelopes from Revenue Canada. So when I was still actively married, not separated, my finances had taken a huge hit because I no longer qualified for all the little extras that I would get. GST, carbon tax, Trillium, all that went away. And on top of that, I had to pay out my student loan in full, which I have been kind of trickle paying for a lot of years. But because the household income increased by so much, I was not allowed to take advantage of any of these little benefits that I used to get from being so low income, which was really frustrating because hubby made a lot of money and certainly did help me out a little bit, but I was not getting any benefit from his massive income, to kind of counterbalance the things that I was losing. Um, uh, Hubby was not very good with his money at all. And it really, I really took a hit because of that. I mean, if there was money for us to spend and to manage the shortfalls that it put on me anyway, then, fine, who cares? But there was not, and there was probably never going to be. So one of the main reasons everything fell apart in my opinion anyway. I know there's two sides to every story and then the truth, but my truth is, yeah, we would have been broke as a joke for the rest of our lives, no matter how good I am with money. Anyways, so today we are heading out this afternoon to have a coffee with another one of Auntie's friends. This particular friend, her mom lives in a 12-month park here in Sarnia, or on the outskirts of Sarnia. So I kind of picked her brain a little bit the last time I was here, and her mom actually has her unit for sale. But I mean, they're like 180, 190, 200,000, and there could be some major changes coming in my park in the future, and not good ones either, not for me anyway. So I'm just reading between the lines a little bit. The new owner selling brand new units at $250,000, yada, yada. So I may be completely wrong in what I'm guessing is going to happen to my park and to my home, but somehow I don't think so. So I am making very preliminary inquiries as to what I could move on to if that is indeed necessary. Again, I do not know right now, but I've got an inkling, and my inklings are usually very, very accurate. So that's what we're going to be doing this afternoon. I am going to learn how to crochet this evening. I have, Auntie is not a huge crocheter, but she can at least crochet a straight line. And I mean, if he who shall not be mentioned's 9-year-old granddaughter can crochet a straight line, then so can I. And I want to be able to weave some leather into it to make some wristlet or some bracelets, some ankle chains, bracelets, whatever. The oldest granddaughter of his oldest daughter made me a beautiful electric blue bracelet not this past Christmas, the Christmas before. And I wore it for like 6 months and then it broke, and she did make me another one. I had it and then I don't know where it went. So, but I've got so much scrap leather, that I wanted to cut it into really tiny little strips and kind of weave it in between the stitches of the crochet. I don't know if that's going to make sense, but I'm just trying to come up with different things that I can add to my store. I'm never not going to be doing the bags ever, but they're just not selling the way they used to. And I had a subscriber, recommend some purse charms, that kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm working on, and has been the plan for quite a while. But you know me, I say it and get to it like 3 weeks or 3 years later. So that is just how it works here in the leather bag lady world. So I'm going to let you go. Still kind of got all kinds of things mulling around in my head about, I started making some calls to book some shows in the vicinity of where I live in Grand Valley now. No, the facilities are way too small. They're either Amish owned, Mennonite owned, and of course they don't want anything like what I do in their facility. So it's going to look like I'm going to be traveling an hour easily to most of my shows, and which is fine. That is the same footprint I had when I lived in Hamilton, but I certainly don't want to sign myself up for that in March when the weather could still be a little iffy. So I will just be working my hiney off from April to November every year. And then, pretty well the winter months, it is what it is. So have a great rest of the day, everybody. And Jamie, I watched your wallet video this morning. Got some good stuff. And I'm in Sarnia again. So maybe we can arrange to meet up if you have time to watch this and you hear me. Maybe we could connect somehow. Anyway, that is AKA the bag lady, I do believe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I will make sure of that because that's not cool to get it wrong. Anyway, everybody, have a great rest of the day. Bye.